Learning and memorizing is the most important part of success. And today we will talk about the 10 secrets that will make you learn better and memorize more. Remember that these tips not only will let you learn more and memorize more, it will also let you learn things faster than before. Stay with me to the end of this video to know all the steps and how you should use them. Let us begin. Number 1. Distributed practice. This method involves distributing multiple practices, or study sessions, on a topic over a period of time. Using short, spaced-out study sessions will encourage meaningful learning, as opposed to long cram sessions, which promote rote learning. The first step is to take thorough notes while the topic is being discussed. Afterward, take a few minutes to look over your notes, making any additions or changes to add detail and ensure accuracy. Do this quickly, once or twice following each class or period of instruction. Over time, you can begin to spread the sessions out, starting with once per day and eventually moving to 3 times a week. Spacing out practice over a longer period of time is highly effective, because it's easier to do small study sessions and you'll stay motivated to keep learning. Number 2. Try a mnemonic device. One of the best ways to memorize a large amount of information quickly is to use a mnemonic device. It is a pattern of letters, sounds, or other associations that assist in learning something. One of the most popular mnemonic devices is one we learned in kindergarten, the alphabet song. This song helps children remember their ABCs, and it remains deeply ingrained in our memory as adults. Another is I before E except after C to help us remember a grammar rule. Mnemonics help you simplify, summarize, and compress information to make it easier to learn. It can be really handy for students in medical school or law school, or people studying a new language. So, if you need to memorize and store large amounts of new information, try a mnemonic and you'll find you remember the information long past your test. Before going on, if you feel that I have given you some value, please help me by smashing the like button, subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell, so you will be updated when I upload new videos like this. Number 3. Use brain breaks to restore focus. Information overload is a real thing. In order to learn something new, our brains must send signals to our sensory receptors to save the new information, but stress and overload will prevent your brain from effectively processing and storing information. When we are confused, anxious, or feeling overwhelmed, our brains effectively shut down. You can see this happen when students listening to long, detailed lectures zone out and stop paying attention to what's being said. They simply aren't able to effectively conduct that information into their memory banks, so learning shuts down. The best way to combat this is by taking a brain break, or simply shifting your activity to focus on something new. Even a 5-minute break can relieve brain fatigue and help you refocus. Number 4. Study, sleep, more study. You have a big project or a major presentation tomorrow and you're not prepared. If you're like many of us, you stay up too late trying to cram beforehand. Surely your hard work will be rewarded, even if you're exhausted the next day. Right? However, that's not the most efficient way for our brains to process information. Research shows a strong connection between sleep and learning. It seems that getting some shut-eye is an important element in bolstering how our brains remember something. Deep sleep, by which it means non-rapid eye-movement sleep. It can strengthen memories if the sleep occurs within 12 hours of learning the new information. And students who both study and get plenty of sleep not only perform better academically, they're also happier. Number 5. Take notes by hand, not on a computer. Most of us can type faster than we can write. But research shows handwriting your notes means you'll learn more. Oddly enough, taking notes by hand enhances both comprehension and retention. It is probably because instead of just serving as a quasi-stenographer, you're forced to put things in your own words in order to keep up. Which means you'll remember what you heard a lot longer. Though it might seem that typing your notes on a laptop during a conference or lecture will be more thorough, thus helping you learn faster, it doesn't work that way. Research has shown that those who type in their lecture notes process and retain the information at a lower level. Those who take notes by hand actually learn more. While taking notes by hand is slower and more cumbersome than typing, the act of writing out the information fosters comprehension and retention. Reframing the information in your own words helps you retain the information longer, meaning you'll have better recall and will perform better on tests. Number 6. Change the way you practice. Repeating anything over and over again in the hopes you will master that task will not only keep you from improving as quickly as you could, in some cases it may actually decrease your skill. According to recent research from Johns Hopkins, if you practice a slightly modified version of a task you want to master, You actually learn more and faster than if you just keep practicing the exact same thing multiple times in a row. The most likely cause is reconsolidation, a process where existing memories are recalled and modified with new knowledge. Say you want to master a new presentation. Do this. 1. Rehearse the basic skill. Run through your presentation a couple of times under the same conditions you'll eventually face when you do it live. Naturally, the second time through will be better than the first, that's how practice works. But then, instead of going through it a third time. 2. Wait. Give yourself at least 6 hours so your memory can consolidate. Which probably means waiting until tomorrow before you practice again, which is just fine. 3. Practice again, but this time, go a little faster. Speak a little, just a little, faster than you normally do. Run through your slides slightly faster. Increasing your speed means you'll make more mistakes, but that's okay. As in the process, you'll modify old knowledge with new knowledge, and lay the groundwork for improvement. Or the other way round. Go a little slower. The same thing will happen. Plus, you can experiment with new techniques, including the use of silence for effect, that aren't apparent when you present at your normal speed. Or alternatively, break your presentation into smaller chunks. Almost every task includes a series of discrete steps. That's definitely true for presentations. Pick one section of your presentation. Deconstruct it. Master it. Then put the whole presentation back together. Or lastly, you can change the conditions. Use a different projector. Or a different remote. Or a lavalier instead of a headset mic. Switch up the conditions slightly. Not only will that help you modify an existing memory, it will also make you better prepared for the unexpected. 4. Keep modifying the conditions. You can extend the process to almost anything. While it's clearly effective for learning motor skills, the process can also be applied to learning almost anything. Number 7. Exercise regularly. This study shows that regular exercise can improve memory recall. Another study from McMaster University found that periods of high-intensity exercise are good for fitness and memory. Exercise resulted in significant improvements in high-interference memory. Interference occurs when information that is similar gets in the way of the information you're trying to recall. A commonly used example for high-interference memory is remembering faces, a skill that is especially useful for people hoping to make connections. Exercise also resulted in an increase in a chemical called BDNF, which is called brain-derived neurotrophic factor. It is a protein that supports the function, growth, and survival of brain cells. So, not only will you feel better if you exercise, you'll also improve your memory. It's a win-win for your mind and body. Number 8. Teach someone else. It may be occasionally true that those who can't teach. But research shows it's definitely true that those who teach speed up their learning and retain more. Even just thinking that you'll need to teach someone can make you learn more effectively. According to the researchers, when teachers prepare to teach, they tend to seek out key points and organize information into a coherent structure. Our results suggest that students also turn to these types of effective learning strategies when they expect to teach. The act of teaching also helps improve knowledge. Ask anyone who has trained someone else whether they also benefited from the experience. They definitely did. Number 9. Connect what you learn with something you know. The more you can relate new concepts to ideas that you already understand, the faster that you'll learn the new information. According to the book Make It Stick, many common study habits are counterproductive. They may create an illusion of mastery, but the information quickly fades from our minds. Memory plays a central role in our ability to carry out complex cognitive tasks, such as applying knowledge to problems we haven't encountered before and drawing inferences from facts already known. By finding ways to fit new information in with pre-existing knowledge, you'll find additional layers of meaning in the new material. This will help you fundamentally understand it better, and you'll be able to recall it more accurately. Elon Musk, founder of Tesla and SpaceX, uses this method. He said he views knowledge as a semantic tree. When learning new things, his advice is to make sure you understand the principles, example, the trunk and big branches, before you get into the leaves or details, or there is nothing for them to hang on to. When you connect the new to the old, you give yourself mental hooks on which to hang the new knowledge. Number 10. Test yourself. A lot. A number of studies show that self-testing is an extremely effective way to speed up the learning process. Partly that's due to the additional context created. If you test yourself and answer incorrectly, not only are you more likely to remember the right answer after you look it up, you'll also remember that you didn't remember. Getting something wrong is a great way to remember it the next time, especially if you tend to be hard on yourself. So don't just rehearse your presentation. Test yourself on what comes after your intro. Test yourself by listing the 5 main points you want to make. Try to recite key statistics, or sales estimates, or cash flow projections. Not only will you gain confidence in how much you do know, you'll more quickly learn the things you don't know. These are the 10 secrets of learning anything faster. If you like my video, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel and comment down below. Thank you.